And how far did you make it in school before the war?
3 months in first grade.
So how did you and your mother and your sister get food?
The hunger really began when the war broke out, and we were expelled from our city and had to go to the Russian side. And I was then put to work. I was 7 or 8 years old, and a butcher shop to work, helping out. So I had food there. So until we were sent to Siberia. There it was hunger, really hunger. Until we were sent to Siberia. The first indication of hunger was in Nemirov, a little town in Galicia, not far from Lvov. Today it's a big city in Ukraine. And we stayed there till we were expelled by the Russians to Siberia in cattle trains. And during the day I took care of my little sister. She had a problem. She was the one with the cliff she saw it in the picture. And not only this, but her upper gum was also open till she was about 3 or 4 years, so she couldn't really digest food, eat food. After 3 years she was better and she could eat food. But she couldn't express herself, she couldn't talk. She had, her pronunciation was, if you don't have teeth in the front and the lip wasn't connected, she would talk more. And after a while, I got to understand her, and I was her interpreter. Even my mother was not so good anymore. She said, "What did she say? What did she say? What does she want?" So I was in between. So I guess I was very busy with my little sister. I loved her. We were together. That was basically what I did. I didn't like her in the beginning because she was light-headed. I like dark-skinned people because girls, boys, whatever. Because I'm light, and she was blonde, really white blonde, and she had split lips, which was terrible. So when they took me to the hospital and showed me all the babies, I said, "I'll take this baby." And I said, "No, that's not your sister. This is your sister." And after a while, I couldn't do without her. She was everything, and I never paid attention that she had been split. To me, it was natural. I didn't understand. How come you don't understand her? I understand her. Actually, two families or 3 families had a little room.
It would be more like barracks?
It was a big barrack, divided into small, like 5 feet by 10 feet, very small, like 2 beds filling, that's it. So on one bed I was sleeping with my mother and my little sister, another bed, her sister, my mother's sister, and her children were sleeping with her. So there were 6 people in a very small room. In the summer, in the spring, in the fall, I tried to collect food. I went out in the forest. In the winter I couldn't go out. It was 40 degrees below zero. It was very freezing cold. People didn't know even to work. It was too cold to go out to work. The people that went out, they froze within 5 minutes. Their feet, their nose, their ears, whatever. And food disappeared because my mother couldn't work. She got sick before the war broke out. I don't know why, but she also was. The way she spoke was and she was going into a depression, basically. I didn't realize it then, I didn't understand. Because she took care of me and my little sister, and she did. And she gave away her food too, so that's why she died and we stayed alive. What else can I say?
How did you keep your spirits up during those times? You have no food, you have no clothing.
Looking for food. It was 24 hours a day. Thinking about food. Being hungry. That was the main reason. And we found food. We found food in the forest. There were different kind of berries. There were different kind of mushrooms. And we learned very fast which mushrooms are poison, which are not poison, because they can die very fast. And I collected quite a few. And my mother took them on a string and dried them up. So we had in the winter, we took off. This is what she did. And then if we could find or buy a potato, 2 potatoes and put in, we had a meal.
And how long were you there?
A year and a half. Lucky. My mother died about 6 weeks before we were let out of Siberia. I didn't know, I didn't see it. I just know that one morning they just took me out of the room and said, "You stay here with those uncles." And she must have died at night or she died the following day. I don't know exactly. I don't And then things started to be bad because Nelly and I were divided between an uncle and an aunt. So when we came out one evening from the meal from my aunt, my mother's sister, so Nelly and I came out, and we were still hungry. So we went, we decided, I said, why don't we go and tell the uncle we didn't eat? So we lied. We said we didn't eat. And then he started to cry. He got scared. And then he realized that we ate. I heard crying, admitting. And then he slapped me. He said, you know, you should never lie. So I was hungry. So that's part of it. Then I woke up that morning and the next day and I said, okay, we have to take care of ourselves somehow. And we did, to some degree, until she died. And then I got very sick. And very sick. I had typhus, I had dysentery, bleeding, dysentery. And I was swollen. I don't know, I had good memories, but I was left there with my grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, and myself. And some other healthier people went into the city to get some help. By the time they got back, which was probably a week later, my grandmother was laying there dead, my aunt was laying dead, my uncle was half dead, and I was half dead. But in the city, I was passed into a hospital, and a Russian hospital, and there, after a long time, I received a clean bed with sheets and food. So I stayed there as much as I could. After 4 weeks or 6 weeks, I got better, and they wanted to kick me out. I met some other kids, which we spoke Yiddish, and they said, well, if you want to stay here, you have to drink this little thing here, and you can stay here. What do you mean? You get sick a little bit, but you can stay here. So I drank it, and I got very sick. It was poison, some kind of a poison. Whatever it was, I don't know what it was. I don't know what they said it was. Cigarette ashes and some other stuff. And it made me stay there, so I stayed there. The doctors were a little bit disappointed. They thought they had me already out, but I was back in. But I had food. Until I felt a little bit better, and then I heard rumors again. Everything goes by rumors in Russia. That there's a train that could, there's a group, an orphanage that you can get in because you're Polish. I wasn't Polish, but I spoke Yiddish like Polish. And if you get into it, you will get with them to Persia, to Tehran. And from there you might get to Palestine. So I ran away from the hospital and tried to get into the orphanage. And they accepted me, although I was Jewish. But they accepted me because I was Polish. So they thought. And so with them I came to Persia, to Tehran. A year and a half, 2 years into it, I recuperated, I was okay, and I realized that other kids came in with their brothers and sisters, and I didn't come with my little sister. So that's my guilt feeling started to come out very strong. And I had some psychological problems. I had a lot of emotional problems. I love to dance, with the girls, of course. And I put a rule on me that I will not dance. I want to punish myself. At the age of 14, 15.
Till this day.
Yeah, I don't dance today either. I don't care for dancing anymore. So this was the first signs that something was very wrong, that I did something wrong. How come that I'm alive and she's not? What did I do wrong? I cheated her probably. I know I did. What did I do wrong? I know exactly how, because she was in that place we were on the floor there, she was dying. She was hungry. And the food that we received was really minimal, it was not enough. And I went out hunting during the day. She couldn't go. She was too weak or too sick or whatever, I don't know. My mother wasn't there to take care of her. So when I was hunting for food, I found something, rotten or not rotten, guess what I did? I ate it. I thought I'd bring back something for her. I never brought back. Couldn't wait. So I had some food, more than she. Not enough, but more than she. But I learned after a while this was part of life. And I couldn't do my own. Family could help out, but they didn't. I mean, grown-ups.
So how many children do you have?
Two boys.
And how many grandchildren?
3.
So how many children do you have?
One is married, the other one is unmarried.
If you want to take bar mitzvah pictures, yeah. We are happy here.
It shows. Oh, wonderful. Last year?
No.
Beautiful.